Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tavern Talk. We're going to get back into our game today and see if we can assign those two quests that we put together the last time we played. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy this cozy little game with me today. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. 12, It Takes Two or Three. 10th of the Astral Moon. Fesoa's best detective duo has returned. Welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John. I'm calling him Aura now. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Melly, Aura, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. Oh my gosh. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what's the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Toford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks? I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Aura taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now. And so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. And she wants intelligence. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Ooh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm gonna be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I'm craving a short laugh. Why don't you share one of your jokes with me? Right, we made a deal. Correct? Correct. So what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. He lacks the charisma one. This should make things easier for you. Oh, I can see it in his face. Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly. He lacks it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course. Then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this, but I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty, and I'm glad you came with me. Of course, couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Soford? No, don't be silly. Sorry, I tried making a joke. I can tell. I think it was kind of funny. Pa, let me show you how it's done. How do you ask a dinosaur if it wants a cup of tea? Beats me. T-Rex. I still have a lot to learn, it seems. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Soford. So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Soford in the blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like you had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen, too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the docks, so we made our way there. She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched it as it tried to sneak onto a cargo ship. It behaved weird, undog-like. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies, or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms sent by the sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky, since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. But I think they were a bit wary of strangers. It also seems to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know, but must have something to do with their magical abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were able to gain the trust of one of them, and they told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit, preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zoford. It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject, Innkeeper. I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised. Flabbergasted. Gobsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We stuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books about different kind of animals and familiars. We figured he just loved animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped solve the case. But I did find something that you'd like between all the shredded paper. It looked like the recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! Silent now. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. That's very useful. That's what I thought. Anyways, R and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kind of had a connection to the reported cases of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change your mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow, my instincts told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together. Kinda like I do when I assemble my quests for my patrons. Exactly. But right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous. So we had to be on guard. Or hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedge myself right on the top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but I could still see the whole room. Good call. Yeah. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads were always looking in the same direction. As if they didn't know how to be real animals, just like the dog from the dogs. But now we had proof the weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And if that wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the hilt of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Like a cat? Uh-huh. I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, little rascal, how'd you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And it was a very tempting offer. So as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." I kind of forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hands started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me, and just popped up from underneath the table. That was a very brave thing to do. Don't know if I'd have been so fearless. Well, I had to. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes, and before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you didn't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he did. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all the clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped a switch in my brain. And I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It's clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such, also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded. You are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You were also accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they're here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to them. And that's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. And you figured that out all by yourself? Yep. The magician was also really impressed. Totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just there to investigate, but that it was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and family to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as their former mages. The wizard apparently felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what happened. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah. But obviously none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals. But I think they got it eventually. So all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely. I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that. It makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. You found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melly can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. He might enjoy some company, so thank you two very much. Oh my god, look at him. Oh, and he yawned. Look at him. Oh, he's the cutest thing ever. Not cuter than Andu, but I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh, that's sad. Oh no. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. My parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day, before the fire. Later, I found out that the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments, and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set his barn on fire. But the fire spread uncontrollably, and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. That's awful. I'm so sorry, Aura. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No. The people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can find our own guild. Like a detectives guild. No. Give us a few more quests, and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fesoa. I'm sure of that. I do want to look really quickly. We got new. Aura. Even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charms, even though the rules of the Shadowbane's Thieves Guild and Murderous Oaths were all he knew for a long time. Maybe they'll consider an alternative career in the future, a detective's assistant, for example. Look at her art. Is that not the cutest thing ever? That's adorable. I love all the little arts. I also just noticed I like the detail that the pictures are sewn in. As is fitting for a young detective. She's always eager to learn and experience new things, though her youth lends her to attach to people around her rather quickly. On a difficult note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to add another recipe to my list very soon. Hex. And a good mythical morning to you, innkeeper. This time, it is actually still morning. But that doesn't mean that it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So you're a detective? Yes. The best detective in all of Fesoa, I might add. I'm Melina, sorry. By the way, you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I'm Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like by your last name? No, Hex, it's short for Hexagon, obviously. So your name then with your nickname would then be Hex. Okay. And who's that grim-looking fella next to you? Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is, yes. Nice to meet you, Aura. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant on the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add, one of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Oh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, linked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh wow. But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No. So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason Feso's best detective went mad. That's very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. Ha! You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? Of course not. I feel like we know a lot about the primordial sea because we use the primordial vortex. I just happen to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. You got me there. I gotta say, you really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promise and magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Oh, nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. What's this new drink? The Silent Owl. Ooh, let's try this one. So we're gonna need an infusion for sure. I feel like that one works. And then we can give it 1 agility, 1 intelligence, and 2 strength. Thanks, Handu. There you go. This should do the trick. Huh, let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean? Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Oh, then can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on the top of my fingertips, like cute little candles. I want to see that. Oh, did you see him? He was sleepy and little bubbles were going. I think Renu's so cute. I would maybe advise you to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a real big show then. I think I'll somehow manage to survive. Your loss. Are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf. You're missing out, though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. Oh, there's Sherilyn. Oh, I bet she goes and does the bodyguard one. Inky. Sherilyn. Is quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course, I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Diria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this great sword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Okay, he's asleep. They always like that, Inky. Depends on who's in the room. Smile. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yeah, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious the what? I can't talk, I swear to God. It's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes, something charismatic. You know, something for my aura. Gotcha. It's on the house this time. Not a single person has paid me for a drink. I think it's on the house every time. Let's be real, girl. I know it's the spoken word. I don't remember what the exact ingredients are. 1 power, 1 defense. Ooh. Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Cyrillin? I'd like to know more about the chasm-scape that is the path to Daria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me either, actually. Really? Do you think I ever leave this tavern? Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Daria itself, but bits and bobs I've picked up over the last few days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Daria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits, among other things. Either way, I'll get around. I'll get that blue blood to Daria. Of course. How about a drink to aid with the undertaking? Thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way. Depends on what's truly going down in Daria. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. Feather the golden loon. A what? A rare waterfowl. Legend has it the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it's great for evasion if you're adding something for brains into it. Though I'll be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma could get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepared for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citrine, your weapon strikes will be blessed. Great against any bandits or bridges. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen. Not that she would have needed it. If the situation is really that dangerous, something that'll give me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. Being able to evade the threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Inky? I'll leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. I think I'm gonna go with the defensive one, just because I think she'd appreciate it more because of her grandmother. One, two, three. Sorry for that pause there, guys. We'll get back into it. Maybe. Where are you headed? Daria. Some diplomat clown is in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Hey, Inky. Is this escort quest you've been offering? Oh, is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Fucking crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. And what if I tell you that I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Could you stop me? Do you want me to try? I'd love you to. Come on now, just go together. Who asked you? Exactly. Your conversation has given me a headache. Same. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes the big bads, the other one takes the small ones. Either way, you're prepared for a fight. And your defense will be better. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows. So, sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroad to Thamus. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. You're a brooding fella, aren't you? This is just who I am. I met fellas like you before. You're all the same. Often you've got the truest of hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Wait, and keep. Rhea? Cal keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had just been fireworks. He keeps blathering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No. Dreading what might be inside. Didn't have time yet. Suddenly your lines don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Think about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you? I would agree. That and wanderlust is the reason why I decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo! Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend, Daria. Very much so. She's sitting right there. Oh, she's sitting right here. Where? Oh, how rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rhea's enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend. Along with Cyrillin. That one. Oh, Cyrillin. Phenomenal. I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me and it feels like it's my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. True bard. Oh, what did we learn about Archie? Oh, we learned something about Cyrillin, too. She inherited that huge great sword from her grandma, who Cyrillin lovingly calls Baba. Grandma must have been a true hero, devoted to both her strength and the dragons. Naturally, Cyrillin has very high expectations of herself. Luckily, she allows herself some breaks every now and then. Oh, her neck. Turns out Archie is not only an avid reader, but also an aspiring author. To fulfill his dreams and acquire more inspiration for his works, he's determined to go on a real quest. Good thing his childhood friend is in dire need of brave adventurers to help him out. That doesn't feel like a good thing to me. The wolf hated. So sure thing, come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. We leave at midnight. Really? How exciting. Come on, let's go. Oh, how the turntables. Me, going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading about it. Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed, all the stories I'll have to tell when I return, innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell. See you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There's one, but it involves a social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest, replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, but who cares? I do. Don't. A bit too late for that, I'm afraid. I already paid you with a story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little more violence. I don't think I'll be doing that. Hiya, innkeeper. Hiya, Fable. Hiya, Mal. Hi. Yeah. Never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left, and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. I see it's on me to answer it. Aura is thinking about taking the quest. Who's Aura? John, Malachite, that guy. Oh, nice name. Thank you. But if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. Ooh. Why don't you two go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course. Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yes, so you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strengths to solve any problems better than you could ever alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Aura, what do you think? Would it be okay? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. Cool. I think he likes them. Look at his little blush. It's settled then. You'll go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. It's simple. Baya is worried because of the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mari Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of her friendship with them. Oh yeah, she's got like a pet. Oh, I'm sorry. they've got like a past with the Mari Morgan. Baya is friends with the Mari Morgan? Best friends. Ah, so we need to talk to the Mari Morgan? And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. Don't you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math, Ish, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have one of those fey crystals, the ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. And we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever even knowing it was us. Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I just remember how well being invisible served me last time. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk to each other about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? Then they should talk about that too? That's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe, Innkeeper Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage. That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I'll admit it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing. Alright, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think. I don't think so. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Alina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry, so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right. Innkeeper, can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent, or charismatic and inspiring. I trust your expertise. Let me think about it. I'm 100% going with charisma. This is a social interaction. Oh, I think I'm gonna give him the sunny breeze. I think that one will make the most sense. This is... Which one is the Thunder Sage? I don't remember. Oops, sorry, y'all. Keep hitting my mic. Thunder Sage. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is right. Thunder Sage. We'll give him 3 charisma. 1, 2, 3. 1 agility. Perfect. I think a direct approach is the better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mari Morgan. You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you? Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. It might be starter to start with the one further away, work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good. But we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Zara. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? They're dead. Burned to death. I'm sorry, that's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7? Oh, wow, that must have been really scary. It was fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First, I thought I was gonna die. Then I was sure I was never gonna step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room, frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. Oh, look, he's sad. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were gonna eat me at some point. And when I was finally brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? Oh. I know I never wanted to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the... who caused their death. Popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. So edgy. He's like the archetype for the edgy rogue. Misery is nobody's destiny. She's right. You couldn't confine yourself to sadness. Well, you shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these 2 lovebirds back together. At least for now. Look at his little blush. I think I need to go prepare for our treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Oh, that was mean. Oh, why did we say that? Whatever. Time to go. I feel bad for saying that. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for them when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right, we have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mari Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I could just run, or hide, or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden them with all my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know about this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. I know, but you've been doing very well, Fable. Thank you, Innkeeper. It's all thanks to you. That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come. Let's call it teamwork then. Let's. Anytime. Can I stay for a while longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. Morning? It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Soundly. Feels like I haven't slept so well in ages. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah, Rhea and I'll be escorting some rich jerk to Deria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry. We'll be escorting some rich idiot to Daria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. Because his friend is leaving? Must really be craving some peace and quiet. Oh, no, he's excited because they get to travel together. What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Great. Is it too late to back out? No, yes, don't be a coward. That was mean. Fine. I feel like I'm being a little mean now, and I don't know why. Mainly because I don't think she needs to back out. She needs to suck it up and work with others. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boosts shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful, thank you. You're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna meet another guardian? Maybe. That would be fun, right? What kind would you like to meet this time? Not sure. I feel like I've already met the one I was looking for. What could be greater than tricking a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the realm keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. I can't think of a greater honor than that, would you? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. I feel like we have to say Leviathan because we use primordial magic. Leviathan, the serpent of the primordial sea? Why, you like snakes? I do. I also enjoy elemental magic and swimming and chaos. What was that last one? Swimming? Right. But I suspect your quest will have its merits, even if you don't meet any of the Realm Keepers. That's true. I bet you and Rhea will have a lot to talk about, and you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Rhea to build her a great sword of her own. So a regular sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold the sword is one thing, guts and bravery or something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah. Speaking of practice, are you going on a quest too, Elfie? I am. Aura and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mari Morgan's relationship. Is that the Sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of the Mari Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lot. A lottle. Do you think she's gonna drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite together through the teamwork of drowning me? Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky as heck solution that no person in the history of dragonkind would have ever thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've always got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water, if he can swim. He's saying... Is he? Well, mostly I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that. But there's always a way out, if you're looking. You taking that sheepfish along? Maybe? I think he might let him stay with Melina. So she isn't alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. I would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex. No. Guess if you're going with whatever his name is, you'll be able to finally ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. That sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. And who will be waiting for you? On a completely different note, Cyrillin, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a little time to stick around. So, you say you like it here? It's not too bad here. Thought maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. I ain't that air echo. I'll get her something from the market or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Look at him over here. You just see his eyes barely. The new familiar. Do you think I could come with you when you go, I mean? I could gather the ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. You should. You've got away with her family members. And the snails would love you. Have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but a fun chaotic mess? Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. I think I should get back to the settlement and catch some rest. What did we learn about Fable? Fable has a hidden talent for being able to read other people extremely well. Despite their anxiety, they know what to say in serious situations and go out of their way to help people in need. Turns out, a little bit of positive feedback and validation is enough to enough motivation to chase their dreams of adventure. I'm glad they're going on for it. Cyrillin, do you want to come with? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dagan, or bye. Ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to you worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, Innkeeper? I'm afraid Andu doesn't do well in civilization or alone, especially not alone. But I'll eagerly await your stories. Oh, look, keep blowing bubbles. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Cyrillin. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Alright, y'all. I think I'm gonna end it here, and I will hopefully be able to get the second half of this game finished. I'm not actually sure how long this game's gonna be, so we'll see how many episodes this ends up being. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you don't mind, if you've stuck around this far and did, if you could give it a like and maybe subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me out a ton. Regardless, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it relaxing, and I hope it was able to keep you company, because that's really what I'm hoping to do. Anyways, I will see you all next time, and I hope you all do so lovely and well in the meantime. Goodbye!